Hello everyone. We are back. This is Blade. I hope everyone's doing great. Today is gonna be a special video, as you guys can see. It's not gonna be a gameplay. It's gonna actually be a build guide. Okay. And in this build guide, I'm gonna talk only about Bruiser Talon or Conquer Talon. I'm not gonna talk about Assassin Talon. People can ask me why, Blade. Why only gonna talk about Bruiser Talon? Because Bruiser Talon is the meta right now. It is the best version of Talon and also has the highest potential to 1v9 games. You legit can kill 2, 3, 4 people in side lane if you're strong enough. Okay? It's just insane. It's just the best build for Talon to carry games, especially in lower elo. Like lower elo, always the games go long, and also this build scales. It scales. It's not like useless lethality Talon. When you build stopwatch, you just counter his whole kit. No, this is Bruiser Talon. Okay, I'm gonna explain obviously. I'm gonna explain at the end of the video. I'm gonna explain different combos and how to use Conqueror or Bruiser Talon way better than Assassin Talon. Okay, so you can actually know how to combo with Bruiser Talon because the combos are completely different than Assassin Talon. Okay, but I don't want the video to be too long, so let's jump straight to the runes. Okay, so there's 3 types of runes. The main page never changes, but the secondary page changes. Okay, so let's talk about the main page first of all. We're gonna take Conqueror, then Triumph. Triumph is simply better. I might test Presence of Mind because this build runs out of mana really fast, but I think Triumph is still the better option. And then in the second row in Presence Tree or in Conquer Tree, you should always take Legend of Haste. I repeat, you should always take Legend of Haste over Legend of Alacrity. Do not take Legend of Alacrity. I see a lot of people taking Legend of Alacrity because of the attack speed. You do not need attack speed. All you need is Legend of Haste, so you can so you can have ability haste on your abilities, so you can use abilities more often. That's what you need. Okay, and I'm gonna explain that also on the end of the video when I use multiple rotation for my ability to assassinate or to kill one target. Okay, but you need Legend of Haste. Okay. And then the last row, we have Last Stance. It's literally just the best option, especially on Conquer Talon because you have a lot of health. That means you can, once you get low, you cannot get, like, you're not squishy. So when you get low, you actually have that 11% extra damage. And also it buffs true damage. That means it buffs your Ignite. Okay? And your secondary rules, now, and your secondary rules is the trick. Okay? If you're confident on winning lane, then the runes or your secondary runes on your screen right now is the runes that you should take. If you're playing against Malzahar, if you're playing against Kassadin, if you're playing against Veigar, playing against Aryan Soul, like these easy matchups, then you should always take Magic Footwear and Biscuit. The reason why you need to take Magic Footwear and Biscuit, because you don't want to spend 300 gold on boots. You want to immediately build damage as soon as possible so you can spike, so you can reach your power spike, which I'm going to explain later in the video, okay? So you don't want to spend gold on boots. You want to rush your items as fast as possible. Not only that, but Magic Footwear give you extra 10 movement speed, which you really need on Bruiser Talon because you're kind of a little bit slow. Okay, you still have your E, so you can catch most champions, but that extra 10 movement speed is really good, especially if you combine it with boost of swiftness. Okay, but I'm gonna talk boost later too. Now, on the second option is gonna be Biscuit. I generally love Biscuit over Cosmic Insight because Biscuit give me 90 extra maximum health in 6 minutes in the game. So in 6 minutes in the game, I'm literally getting almost a Ruby Crystal, like almost like 300 gold worth of sats just from my runes. And also, it like heals me a little bit in laning phase, and it's actually saved my life a couple of times. So I said like spamming Biscuit and literally saved my life. So I think Biscuit is literally the best option. But if you don't like Biscuit, you can actually go Cosmic Insight. It's up to you. Okay. Now this is if you're confident in laning phase or you're playing an easy matchup, you should take Magic Footwear or with Biscuit like Inspiration Tree. Now let's imagine you're playing against a Control Mage. So what am I supposed to do? Because Conquer Talon weakness is literally in the laning phase. So if you can survive the laning phase, you don't need to get kills. You don't need to get ahead in laning phase. You just need to survive and farm. If you get 10 CS per minute, you're literally gonna carry the game. You're gonna carry the game if you get 10 CS per minute. Anyway, so if you're playing against Control Mages, all you need to do is literally just on your secondary runes, go Resolve with Second Wind and Unflinching, as you can see in your runes, and you combine it with Doran Shield. So Doran Shield with Second Wind will make you survive against every single Control Mage lane. Azir, Orianna, Victor, Hui, all of them. Just take all their kit, throw it to the garbage. They cannot kill you. So you can farm safely until you reach your power spike, okay? Okay, now let's imagine you're playing against Assassin. Again, Conquer Talon weakness is in the laning phase. So if you can survive the laning phase or go equal or even in the laning phase, you're literally gonna carry the game. You're gonna become a monster. Okay, so all we need to do focus in laning phase is just to survive and farm. That's it. Okay, if you can get the kill, capitalize on their mistake. That's sure. If you get ahead, you're probably gonna carry the game. Almost like 95% of the game of the time you're gonna carry the game because Bruiser Talon is that strong in the late game, and it's also scales. Okay, so if you're playing against Assassin, you should go bone plating, unflinching. Okay, you can go bone plating and overgrowth if they don't have a lot of CC. But yeah, but I think bone plating and unflinching is the best option. It's just best early game, right? And if you're playing against Fizz, Kiana, Zed, like these matchups, you should always go bone plating against them. It's such really good, especially in the mid game. Okay, so we finished about runes. So let's talk about build. Okay, so these hopefully 3 runes. Hopefully explain them really quick, but hopefully that's enough. Okay, let's talk really quick about the build. Okay, so right now you have 3 biscuits. Just you can use them as fast as possible. I prefer just keep them. They might save your life. Okay, but yeah, but using them give you again 90 extra maximum HP. Now when it comes to boots, do not buy boots. Okay, just hold the magic footwear. So first item, you're always gonna rush Eclipse. Now why Eclipse? Because Eclipse give you 60 attack damage and ability haste, which is those 2 we really want. 60 attack damage is really good on Talon. AD is really good on Talon because the AD ratio Talon has. Talon, his passive has 210. And his Q has 100, and if it's crit, 150. His W, 130. And his all is all another 200. So AD on Talon is really good. That's why you should always go Eclipse rather than going Black Cleaver first item. I see. I've getting some people in comment section. Why not go Black Cleaver first item? Why not go Sound of Sky first item? Because of the AD. Talon loves high AD items because he has high AD ratio. He scales better with items with high AD items. Okay, so that's why you should go Eclipse first item. Also, the reason why also we're gonna go Eclipse is because the shield. Eclipse give you almost 100 and 200 almost worth of shield, which makes you 200 health more tankier. So that's the reason. Give you the best of both worlds. Give you high AD item, also give you shield, which gonna make you tankier. Okay? And now here's the trick. The second item, you're always gonna rush Black Cleaver. Always. And the reason why, what I mean by saying rush, do not build tier 2 boots. That's the reason why you go magic footwear. So we don't spend any gold on boots. We get the movement speed, but we don't buy boots. The reason why, so we can rush Black Cleaver as fast as possible. Okay? This is really important. You should always rush Black Cleaver before finishing tier 2 boots. I cannot emphasize how good that is. In LoL analytics, if you finish Black Cleaver before boots, your win rate is 57% win rate. If you finish tier 2 boots before Black Cleaver, your win rate is 51. You're literally almost around losing 6% worth of win rate. Obviously, there's more into it, but that's what I mean. You should always rush Black Cleaver before boots, and the reason why, because Black Cleaver, why are you building Black Cleaver? You don't get any armor penetration. Only when you finish the Black Cleaver, you get the armor penetration. That's why Black Cleaver is such a big power spike when you finish. Actually, the best power spike on Conquer Talon is these 2 items. Once you finish Clips with Black Cleaver, this is your power spike. This power spike will literally make you be able to 1v1 almost any top laner. Any top laner, you can 1v1 them once you finish these 2 items. Obviously, if you're not behind. Okay? You can almost 1v1 every single top lane. It's that strong. It's really strong. Okay? So, I cannot emphasize, you should always finish Black Cleaver before boots. Okay? Now, you have an option to finish boots or not. If they have a lot of CC, you go Merc Treads. Okay? If they don't have a lot of CC, and they have a lot of, let's imagine they have Yone, Yasuo in mid lane, and they have Draven or Caitlyn in bot side, you go Plated Seal. Okay? If they have a lot of auto attackers, you go just Plated Seal. Okay, let's imagine they don't have a lot of auto attackers, they don't have Mercs. You actually have the option to go Mercs, Plated Seal, or you can go Swiftness. Again, the only weakness in this build is literally 2 weaknesses. The early game and closing the gap. If you close the gap, they cannot kite you. Because your cooldown is such low, like really low. Your Q cooldown will literally be 3 seconds. Maybe sometimes a little bit less. Okay? So they cannot kite you. You're gonna queue again and again, close the gap again and again. The only problem is if you can reach them. The moment you reach them, they cannot get out. You're that sticky. Okay? So yeah, so you can go Swiftness if you don't need Mercs or Blade Seal. You can also go Lucidity Boots. I don't recommend it. Lucidity Boots is really good if you get the upgraded Lucidity Boots. If you don't get upgraded Lucidity Boots, I go safer. Go Sats, right? You want Sats. Bladed Seal, Merc Treads are really good. You already get the extra movement speed from the Magic Footwear, right? But again, if you don't need boots, just immediately rush Spear of Shore. And this is the trick. Usually in the old guides, I would always recommend go Thunder Sky, and Thunder Sky is actually good. But Thunder Sky will only make you tankier. Spear of Shojin will give you more AD, 5 AD, and 5 AD is really, again, it's really good on Talon because the AD ratio. So 5 AD will literally give Talon a lot of damage. Also give you 50 extra health. But the main reason why you take Spear of Shojin is because of the passive. You have Dragon Force, 25 basic ability haste, and that's what we want. Talon, Conquer Talon will kill his target not because of his ultimate, but because of his abilities and passive. So getting Dragon Force, the 25 basic ability haste is really good. Okay? And the last, which is the bread and butter of Spear of Trojan, which is Focused Will, which is gonna give you 12, if it's fully stacks, gonna give you 12% extra damage on your spells. By the way, Talon passive is considered as a spell. Talon passive is considered a spell, so you get extra 12% physical damage from your bleed, and your bleed has 210 bonus AD. It's one of the highest AD ratios in the whole game, and it's on his passive. Okay, so yeah, so these gonna be the core, the 3 core items, right? The last 2 items, again, if you didn't finish tier 2 boots after Black Cleaver, then once you finish Spirit Soldier, you should build boots now. Now you should build boots. You should go Bladed Seal, Merc Treads, as I mentioned, Swifties, if you want to close the gap. Again, Lucidity Boots, only if you can get the upgraded boots. Only if you can get upgraded boots. But again, I still recommend go Bladed Seal or Merc Treads. I think these 2 are just simply too good. You need more stats because you're tanky. You want to become more tanky. Now, the last 2 items are optional. And that's the beauty about Conquer Talon or Bruiser Talon. If you compare it with Assassin Talon, you don't have a lot of, you cannot build. If you go Assassin Talon, you cannot really build. You can build Mob, but you cannot really build Death Stance. You cannot build Baited Seal. You need the extra ability haste. It's like Assassin Talon cannot really adapt towards the enemy team. That's the problem. And Assassin Talon also relies heavily on his ultimate, which if they build Stopwatch and the moment you press R, they press Stopwatch, then you're fucked. You cannot assassinate them. And I believe every Talon main knows this feeling. When someone builds Stopwatch, you just simply ignore them. You stop trying to kill them, despite how far ahead you are, because they have Stopwatch. Conquer Talon is completely the opposite. If they build Stopwatch, it does not matter, because Conquer Talon does not kill with his ultimate. Again, I'm gonna explain that. I mentioned that like 7 times. I'm gonna explain that at the end of the video. Okay. So right now, the last 2 items are you can go whatever you want. Okay. If they have a lot of AD, you go Death Stance. You go Death Stance and then Serax, right? If they have hybrid, you can go Death Stance and then Maw. They have AP and AD, you can go Death Stance and Maw. If they have, let's imagine their AD carry is the only one who's fed, and you cannot deal with the AD carry. You can go Plated Seal, Death Stance, and literally build tank. You can build this. Rudens. If they have an unbelievably fed Caitlyn, just build this. Well, Death Stance, Plated Seal, and Rudens. Just, you can counter it. You have the ability in Conquer Talon to adapt, to customize your build, the last 2 items, to counter the enemy team. Okay, that's the beauty about Conquer Talon. That's why it has the highest potential to carry. Let's imagine they have Kog'Maw or they have Kalista. Just go Frozen Heart. Just reduce their attack speed. I'm not joking. Okay, they have Aatrox. Literally just go with Thornmail. I'm not joking. Just counter him. Just counter him. Okay? So you have a lot of options to go. You can also, last item, you can go Spear of Jackshaw. You have a lot of options to counter. You don't just build assassin items or a bruiser item. You can actually build tank items. Obviously, if they have a lot of shield, you go Saber Tank. Okay? If they have a hard CC, like maybe maybe Pantheon, you can go literally Edge of Night. Just go. You can counter them. You can go Guardian Angel. I don't recommend Guardian Angel, but you can go Guardian Angel. You can go whatever item you want, as long as you counter the enemy team. You need more damage. Just literally go Opportunity. I'm not joking. Just counter them. Okay, the last two items are literally optional. As long as you have Black Cleaver and Spear of Trojan and Eclipse, you're literally tanky. Because Black Cleaver gives you 400 HP, Spear of Trojan gives you 450. That's 850. With Eclipse, give you now it give you 250. So that's around 110 extra HP. You're really tanky. With boots, you're absolutely tanky. Okay? So that's the build. The last two items are optional, but for the sake of the video, I'm just gonna go Ma. Okay? You go Ma. You know what? I'm just gonna go Syrax, right? Syrax. So now let's go really quick to the how to use the build. Okay? So how to combo with Conquer Talon. Wait, let me fix the FPS really quick. Okay, so how to play Conquer Talon. If you do this combo, WQR, I'm gonna kill you. Okay, in game. Okay, I'm gonna hit you in game. Okay, you do not do WQR combo. You're not Assassin Talon. What you need to, because if you do WQR, you will not have the full Black Cleaver sacks, and you will not have the full Conqueror sacks. Okay, if you do WQR, okay, look, they don't have the maximum Black Cleaver sacks. But you also don't have the maximum Conqueror sacks. You only have 8. So how to combo with Conquer Talon? Against squishies, this is how you combo. You Q auto, then W, and then use your R. Hide in your R, wait for your cooldown again. Then Q auto, procure passive, and then W, and then run away. They should die. No ADK in the game can survive against this combo. If you're full items, no ADK can survive. Even if they build Jack Show with Bladed Seal, they cannot survive this combo. This combo does 6k damage. They cannot survive. It's impossible. With Ignite, they cannot survive. It's impossible. Okay? So this is how you combo. You have full Conquer sacks, full Black Cleaver sacks, and full Spear of Trojan sacks, which is the 12% extra damage. They're gonna die. They cannot survive. And you literally have 4k health. You have 4k health with like look at your resistance. With 200 armor, no ADK can survive. That's impossible. Okay, so this is the combo against squishy targets. Okay. What if I'm playing against a tank or bruiser? Against a tank and a bruiser, you should wait. Sorry, let me remove the cooldown. Let me remove the cooldown and do the combo again. Okay, so you use a Q auto W and then R. Okay, and then hide in your R, wait your another Q and then W again. So this is how it's gonna be: a Q auto W R, then wait for your Q, wait for your Q. And then Q again, and then W. Okay? So this is how you should use the combo, okay? This is how you should use the build. And that's why you need Legend of Haste. I cannot emphasize... By the way, it's not fully stacked here. I should stack it. It's not fully stacked here. How can I stack it? Fully stacked runes. Okay. So, yeah, you need the Legend of Haste, okay? You need Legend of Haste. If you don't have it, if you have like these 3 items with Legend of Haste, you can do this combo, like, easily, okay? So yeah. Okay, let's imagine I'm playing against tank. How can I use the combo? You proc your passive multiple times. So use your Q, auto, W. You still wait. You don't use your ultimate. You proc your passive, and then R. And wait, I don't have my R. Okay, so you Q, auto, proc your passive against a bruiser, and then you use your R. Wait again. Wait until your passive finish. Then Q again, W, proc your passive again, and then they should die. Okay? So you proc your passive multiple times. 7k damage. 7k. You will kill the bruiser. Don't worry, you will kill him. Okay, so this is how you actually can 1v9 the game. This is the combo. I showed you the build. I showed you what runes you should take, and I showed you the build order, and now I showed you the combo. So I think this is the full comprehensive build on Conquer Talon. Okay, that's gonna be it, guys. Take care, everyone.